Elcar, Armor Inox, Cazzini, Drake. All of those are hot dog or lunch meat focused. Elcar you could use for bacon or hams, things like that.
Sorry,
MP is,
I missed that, Hedy. What are the brands you've worked with? Alcar,
I
Armor
worked with
Inox?
Armor Inox, Cazzini.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've worked for Dan Protect, but I don't remember exactly. Is that the freezer company?
I thought Cuisine is on the bakery side. I'm not sure. Danfotech is definitely on the meat side. I don't know what it exactly does.
Cazzini actually is huge in hot dogs. Cazzini is an emulsifier. They're pretty amazing. Drake hot dogs, again, Drake, they're a loading system. MP is probably the one brand that's pretty integrated within poultry. Batter breading, tumbling equipment, things like that. Work closely with them. Rapid Pack, obviously anything you're going to finish package, usually within a small retail type package, Rapid Pack is there. Thurn is big, obviously within slicing technology. Both from lunch meat and pretty heavy in bacon. There may be others mixed in that
sorry, you said Thurn is good in slicing.
Thurn is the slicing.
So are these Middleby brands sort of, would you say most of these, are they sort of the market leading, like some of the best equipment that you can buy, or they are typically more sort of middle of the pack?
I think there's some of both. I think when you think of Elcar is definitely the leader, right? There's if I was going to buy a smokehouse tomorrow, they would be the first call I would make. Armor Inox is like the let's say the Mercedes of all food processing. It's amazing technology. It's such a huge investment that it's really hard for some operations to make. But it's awesome. I mean, from an efficiency standpoint.
But if it's hard to make for Tyson and Kraft, then it's pretty much unsellable. No?
I think that's right. There are a couple small unbranded that do a lot of co-branded or private label products that have invested in Armor Inox. I don't know if they would do it again. I haven't, obviously talked to them about it, but I had heard that it's a system that if you make huge quantities of the exact same thing, it's fantastic. It just lacks flexibility. Flexibility is extremely expensive because you have to buy, a full set of molds to change the shape of the meat that you want to make. So, and, it's a big footprint of space that's required for those tanks and all of that. But I love it, and I think it's amazing, but it's not for everybody.
Okay, so this is a really high capacity solution.
Yes.
Okay.
Cazzini, we talked about the emulsifiers. I think they're probably the best. The Cazzini mill was, game changing when it was first developed and introduced. Drake is one of those where you either love it or hate it. I think they've really come a long ways as far as their sanitary design, because that was a huge issue for them when they first came out. But again, it also, it's a pretty big footprint space-wise, whereas things like Planet Loaders or some of the competition doesn't take up as much space and maybe a smaller investment up front. MP, I would say, is also that middle of the road. They do a lot of things well. I just don't know that they